Hey guys, this is Jeff with VoiceApps.com. Today I wanted to make a quick video to talk about how to welcome your users to your skill. A lot of skills just welcome the user, say this is the skill, give them a long introduction, or the alternative is giving them no introduction, then just goes on. And the next time the user opens the skill, the same message comes up every time. And if you have a skill that people use every day or people use often, that can get quite monotonous. Having to wait for those long messages, can be quite boring. Or alternatively, having no message for new users would not be good as well. So what I want to talk to you today about is how to improve that process, how to improve that welcome message, and make it more engaging. So we've built a lot of skills here at VoiceApps, and we've done a lot of research, and what we found works best is actually having 3 different welcome messages. Let's say that you owned a clothing store, a small clothing store, and you were working in your store, and a new customer came in. You would probably welcome them. Hey, welcome to my clothing store. The shirts are on sale, 50% off today, so make sure you check those out. If you have any questions, please let me know. And you'd probably do something similar to that. If that same user, same customer came back tomorrow, you'd say, welcome back, good to see you again. We've got a new special on pants today. If that's what you're looking for, let us know how we can help you. And if that customer continued to come back, day after day, you would know that the customer knew your store layout, kind of knew what, how to get help and knew how to, find stuff. You would probably just say, hey, welcome back, good to see you again, let us know if we can help you. And so we want to do the same thing with our skill. So the first time the user comes to your skill, you want to do 3 things. You want to welcome them to the skill, so welcome to my awesome skill. You then want to, tell them a little bit about your skill. If it's a game, you want to tell them, what your game is. If it's a short, small game and not too complex, you can actually tell them how the game is played. So if it's rock, paper, scissors, you might say, welcome to my rock, paper, scissors game. This is just like the real rock, paper, scissors game where you choose rock, paper, scissors, and you compete against other players. So that's the second thing, is to tell them a little bit about your skill and how it works. The third thing you want to do is tell them how they can get help if they get stuck. So most skills have a help feature where you can just say help, or I don't know what to do, or tell me the rules, something like that, and they can get help. And your skill should have that absolutely as well. So make sure in that first time welcome message that you're telling the user, what they need to say to get help. Okay, so now your user has come the first time, you've given them, welcome, you've told them about your skill or how it works, and then you've told them how to get help as well. So now they're a returning customer for the second time. So in this case, what we want to do is welcome your users back. So instead of just saying, welcome to my cool skill, we want to say, welcome back, glad to see you again, something along those lines to let them know that we know that they're a returning customer and not a first-time user. And if you've captured their name, and so if you have a game where you capture their first name and then you use that in your game, be sure to do that in your welcome message. It makes a very personal message, just like when we're talking to someone in person and we see them again. Hey, welcome back, John. It's good to see you again. We want to do the same thing for our customers. So make sure if you have it, welcome them back by name. The second thing we want to do, again, is we want to tell them a little bit about the skill. And in this case, instead of the full information about how the game is played or how your skill works, we want to just give them maybe one feature. So using the clothing store example, this would be just like telling them, hey, the pants are on sale today. Make sure you check those out. So it's something that maybe they didn't know from your welcome message before. Maybe it's something they don't know specifically, from using your skill. And it's something, that you want to tell them and make sure you point out. And this can be different. You can make this random and make this, show something new, every time. So you want to tell them a specific feature of your skill or a task they can accomplish with your skill. The third thing you want to do is tell them how they can get additional help. So just like in the welcome, we want to tell them again, they're new still. This is just their second time using it. Let's go ahead and tell them how they can get additional help for your skill. So you can say help to get, if you get stuck. All right, so now we've welcomed the user initially. We've welcomed them back. So now we've welcomed them initially. We've welcomed them back the second time they visit. Now we want to welcome them back on subsequent visits. So now they're going to be coming back using our skill hopefully every day or quite often, and we want to welcome them back. So in this case, the way we want to do this is we want to welcome the user back. Again, welcome them back by name if you can. It's just much more personable. And again, this can just be welcome back, John. So then the next thing we want to do is just go right into it. So they've already used your skill a couple of times. They probably know how it works. They're coming back because they enjoy it. Let's just get them right into the meat of your skill. So if that's a podcast that's playing audio, then just go ahead and play the audio. If it's a game, go ahead and start the game. If it's some other content, just deliver that content as quickly as you can so that they don't have to wait. Let's get them right to what they're, let's get them right to what they're looking for out of your skill.
Okay, so now I want to show you how to implement this new welcome message, these welcome messages in VoiceApps. So I've got a brand new project open here. We've got a welcome, goodbye, and help intents. We're going to start with the welcome block, and that's selected now. So we're going to go open the responses tab over here on the right, and by default it says welcome to my awesome skill, and that's fine. So for our first welcome message, again, we wanted to do three things. We want to welcome the user, we want to tell them what our skill does or how it works, and then we want to let them know how they can get help. So let's edit this block. Welcome to my awesome skill. That's a good start. This skill lets you do awesome things. For help, say help. So we've done our three things. We've welcomed them, we've told them kind of what the skill does or what they can expect from the skill, and then we've told them how to get help. So that's our first message. So now we have our first welcome message, and we only want to do that on the first visit. So by default, this response group here is active from visit 1 to 0, which is infinite. So what we want to do is change this so that it's only active on the first visit. So it's active from visit 1 to 1. Okay? Now we want to add a new response group. So this is going to be our second welcome message. And in this case, again, we want to do three things. We want to welcome the user back. We want to tell them something neat about our skill or something specific that they can do. And then again, we want to tell them how they can get help. So let's say, welcome back. Did you know we have a really cool feature to get help? Let's say to learn more, to learn what you can do, say help. So again, I don't really have real features of this skill, so we're just making something up. So again, to kind of show you what that is, I'm saying welcome back, so we're going to welcome them back. If I had their name, I would say welcome back Jeff, or welcome back Bill, or welcome back Sally. And then, did you know we have a really cool feature? And I would tell them about that feature. And then the final thing is we're going to tell them how they can get help. Okay? So now we have our second response group. We want to do this on their second visit. So the first visit, we're going to do all three things: welcome them, tell them about our skill and how it works, and then tell them how to get help. This is the second visit. We're going to welcome them back, tell them a neat feature, a very specific feature of our skill, and then tell them how to get help. So in this case, we want this block, this response group, to be active from visit 2 to visit 2, so only on visit 2. Okay? So now we're going to add one more response group here, and this is going to be what is played every time that they open the skill from the third visit on. Okay, and in this case, we just want to say something simple like welcome back. What can I do for you today? And again, tailor this to your skill. If it's starting a game, go ahead and start the game. If it's some other content, just deliver that content immediately. In this case, I'm just going to ask them what they would like to do. And again, we want to make this active from visit 3, and then we'll leave it at 0, which means infinite. So from visit 3 on, our skill will give this response. Now, of course, in any of these response groups and these responses, you can put audio, you can put other types of welcome messages. You can give random. If you enter another one here, you can give a variation. So you can have it. You can mix it up so that the welcome message, or maybe the second welcome message, is a little bit different for people, just to make it a little more personal and sound more like a human is talking. A human wouldn't say the exact same thing every time, but you might want to, especially on block 3 here, on response number 3 and on, you might want to mix that up. You might want to say welcome back on one day, welcome back, good to see you again on another day, and again, always, what can I help you with, or what can I do for you? And again, you can just kind of add random, as many additional variances here, so that in the voice apps will pick a random version of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and test our skill and see how we did. So I'll open up the test window, and I'll click on Start Skill.
Welcome to my awesome skill. This skill lets you do awesome things. For help, say help.
Okay, and there's our first welcome message. This is our first visit. I'm going to go ahead and type goodbye, because we want to close out the session so that we can get
goodbye for
the
now.
Second visit. So then I can start the skill again.
Welcome back. Did you know we have a really cool feature? To learn what you can do, say help.
So great, this is our second visit to this skill, and we've got our welcome back message. We've told them about a feature that our skill has. We're continuing to tell them how to get help. So let's say goodbye again to close out that session.
Goodbye for now.
And then we can start the skill a third time.
Welcome back. What can I do for you today?
Great. So this is the third time, and it would continue on. Every time the user opens our skill, we're just welcoming them back and telling them, how to get right into the skill, right into the content that they're looking for. So I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.